Eclipse of the Patriarchy, a comic book narrative of a female superhero, Anisa. My work explores the continued oppression of Muslim women in patriarchal domestic and religious spaces and questions the ways in which patriarchal Muslim communities view their woman as the other. Due to this view of women being less than, their needs and identities become eclipsed by that of their male counterparts. My work defines architecture as the built realization of a society's ideologies that reinforces its beliefs and practices. In this way, mosque architecture is complicit in the oppression of Muslim women as they have been progressively designed out of communal religious spaces. My proposition is located at Orwell Mosque at the foothills of Signal Hill in the Muslim community of the Bo-Kaap. It was the first mosque to be built in Cape Town in 1794 during the first British occupation of the Cape of Good Hope. My research inquiry this year started by looking into my own domestic space for evidence of violence. I noted that the women in my household were dominated by their male family members in a choreographed dance of hierarchy that is highlighted most at the dinner table. These social hierarchies manifest daily in the process of setting the table, serving the food, the order of eating, the conversations which take place, and even the ending of the dinner. Through various mediums of exploration targeted at a younger audience, I had an intent to intercept the gendered programming which is installed in the Muslim youth. I had a design and narrative breakthrough when I approached comic books as a medium. The comic as a narrative device focuses in on the primary audience's gaze while narratively expanding on my research and the ritual possibilities of my proposition. The comic book introduces a main character, Anisa, whose name is that of the title of the 4th chapter of the Quran, meaning the woman. Anisa is a young female architect who, like me, is raised in a patriarchal Muslim society which has tried to strip her of her identity. In the comic, Anisa comes to the realization that her hijab is in fact an invisibility cloak which allows her to access spaces she was previously not allowed to as a woman. My research inquiry in the comic then focuses strictly on the gendered practices in the Islamic faith. This includes the moon sighting ritual, the ablution ritual, and the prayer ritual. The moon sighting ritual is one that is only performed by male members in the community who give testimony to its sighting in order to commence the holy month of fasting. In my research, I used modeling, stop motion, and film to tell a tale of the abduction and burial of the moon by a group of aliens. This scenario was conceptualized as a critique of the moon sighting ritual and the absurdity of Muslim women being excluded from it. In the comic articulation, Anisa had a vivid dream of the moon being pulled out of the sky by a female superhero. Anisa awakes with the idea that she too could technically steal the moon. However, her idea is an architectural one. She designs an infrastructure which masquerades as the moon and is in her control completely. Using her invisibility cloak, Anisa sneaks into the Orwell Mosque where she quickly realizes that women have been designed out of the ablution facilities and that this lack of amenity shocks her as cleanliness is a key pillar of her faith. With this in mind, Anisa introduces a bathhouse for the Muslim woman in her moon simulator, which also happens to be an observatory where now only women can sight the real moon. Anisa ensures the success of her moon simulator by designing access staircase in the minaret, which is only accessible from the women's area in the mosque, so that the men are unaware of its existence. The moon simulator eclipses the real moon from the male gaze as its orifices mimic that of the lunar cycle. This proposition serves as a defense for Muslim women against gendered oppression and designs them back into mosque architecture to rescript their rightful belonging in Muslim society and its sacred rituals. Thank you.